Today in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to take effective notes on how to study for Cisco certifications. There are whatever method you use to get the information, whether it be from a book or from web-based training or computer-based training like CPT Nuggets or INE videos. How do you remember all that information? Well, normally you'd probably take some sort of notes and you'd probably buy like a college paper notebook or something and just start writing things down. But I found a good method that works for me. It may be different from you, but I'm going to share with you my method on how I take notes. Okay? So, first thing, I use printer paper. The reason why I use printer paper is because when I first started taking notes, I actually didn't have any lined paper like you would get from school. All I had was printer paper that was next to me, so I just grabbed it and then started taking notes. So that's the first thing. And I'll show you why I like printer paper, and I still continue to use printer paper over those lined papers. Use multiple colored pens because as you start drawing topologies and you want to draw different lengths, or if you want certain words or definitions to stand out, multiple color pens will help you. So always keep about 2 or 3. I like black, red, and blue. Next, subject at the top of the paper and other important information. I first started studying for Cisco certifications, and I watched CPT Nuggets. And whatever video I was watching, I would put down the subject at the top of the paper so I know what video I was on what pieces of paper. Now, also, as I was growing and started studying for other certifications, I would actually put down the blueprint number, and I'll show you on one of my notes that I have on that other important information I'm talking about right there. And then, eventually, if you don't start off like this, learn how to write in a straight line. Because since I'm not using line paper, and if I'm just using my printer paper with no lines on it, if I don't draw straight or write straight, the notes are going to look a mess. So eventually learn how to write in a straight line. Next, this is actually my notebook of all my notes that I have here. You can see here that I have all my papers and they are in little plastic sheets, because once I'm done with my notes, I put them in a plastic sheet and I could go through my binder. I have a nice big 3-ring binder, and I could just flip through them and the pages will last a very, very long time. Okay. Also, if you have subjects, you can get little tabs that you can put in there. So that'll help you be organized. And some other notes that I have, let's see here. Let me pull up an actual page. Here's a page on my notes that I have. I was taking notes on any transport over VPLS, Atom right there. So you can see here, bam, right at the top, what is my subject, okay? And then, are there any other quick important bullets? I'll put right there. I'll put a little bullet mark and then say, what is Atom? So I put another layer 2 VPN, but instead of routing over IP, you do it over an MPLS core. Sure, cool. Check that off. Bam. Okay. It's point-to-point connection. Use the layer 2 pseudo wire. And then look at this. See how I'm not restricted by any lines right here? Because it's printer paper. I could free flow and draw anything I want. Then, when I go into the configs, I just write MPLS config, and then either if it's a very specific configuration, I'll put everything. If not, I'll do a basic configuration like this, and then put any other notes I need. Right? Let me show you another one. Oops. Let's see here. There you go. Here's another one on IPv6 6-to-4 tunnels. Know how I said that at the top, other important information? Look at that, CCIE 4.1e. That means on the CCIE blueprint, section 4.1e, I need to know about 6-4 tunnels, and then I just write information about it. And then again, you could see here, I'm not restricted by any lines. I'm actually drawing my topology, multiple configs, and if I need to make any notes, I could put it anywhere I want. So I love using, yeah, I love using printer paper. So let me go through a quick session. I won't take a lot of time on it, but I'll show you how I actually watch a video and then how I'm going to take those notes. So I'm going to do this, make that full screen. This should be full screen. And we are going to learn about EIGRP packet types.
So let's talk.
So right off the bat, since I know that I'm learning about EIGRP packet types, guess what I'm going to write up here? EIGRP, and then put packet types. Put it up at the top of your paper. Cool. And then I'll start off with the first bullet on whatever important I think he says. Or you could copy down the slides that they have. I mean, you could do that.
Talk about the different types of packets EIGRP uses.
So
most packets are sent to the multicast address of 224.0010. Yes.
He has a bullet right there that says most packets are sent to 224.0010. So I'm like, okay, so let's write that down. 224.0010. And that is the multicast of EIGRP. So just go ahead and write that. Although I'm going off my paper, but you get the point. And then just continue watching this video, and then write it down.
You will want to memorize that address for the exam, 224.0010. So EIGRP has packets called hello packets, which, like it says, is used to build brand new neighbor relationships and maintain neighbor relationships. So you're not going to send me any of your routes until you and I exchange some hello packets. Now within those hello packets, there's some parameters that need to match before we can become neighbors. And then once we're neighbors, then we can exchange routes. After that point in time, we will continue to exchange hellos periodically just to make sure that we're still alive, that we're still friends. The other type of packets that EIGRP can utilize are updates. That's the name of the packet that actually carries a routing update about new routes or changed routes or routes that have gone down. And initially that's unicast. So when you and I first form a neighbor relationship, I'm going to send you all my routes directly to you, to your IP address. From that point on, the other updates I send you in the future about new things I learn or change things.
So as you can see, I'm basically copying down his slide, but also the things that he's saying, I'm also writing it down as well. Now, this is a 13-minute video you can see right here, but it may take me a little bit longer because I'm pausing the video, I'm going back and forth, I'm writing things down, I'm making sure I understand the subject. If I don't understand what he's talking about, I will either replay that video over and over and over, or I'll do some other research so I could get a better understanding on it. Then I'll go back and I'll update my my notes here. So keep alive. Yeah. So all that stuff. So that is how I take notes on a certain particular subject for studying for Cisco certifications. Again, this is just what I do. If you found a better way and it works for you, then sure, go for it. But I just wanted to share you how I do it, and I kind of like my method. I mean, these notes I'm going to keep for a very, very long time, and it's just going to grow. So, yep. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.